Come join us for a close look at the object in the case. It's a long stick with deep notches all along one side. It's broken at one end. It's made of oak, with the uncarved parts worn smooth to the touch. Imagine holding it and examining it to figure out what those marks mean. Some we know about, and some we don't. We do know who carved it. James Drown. He also carved that long row of marks. The stick was found on a tiny island, the most remote island in the world, in fact. Tristan da Cunha, a place of cliffs, rough seas, uninhabited. Tristan da Cunha had been an occasional stopping-off point for ships sailing the vast seas of the South Atlantic, a place to find fresh water. There are hardly any trees on Tristan da Cunha, so this incredibly named James Drown must have brought the stick and a knife on shore with him, and he must have carved into it as he spent his days in this wild, remote place. In 1804. How did he end up stranded there? The following year, in 1805, an American sailor comes on shore and stumbles across the stick. The sailor sees the carved words, Providence, Rhode Island. So James Drown was a fellow American. It seemed a declaration of existence, proclaiming, I was here. The sailor took his extraordinary find with him. After he returned to America, the stick went on display here in Salem, where it was described as a calendar stick. That's because each notch on it marks one day. It's a careful record of time, 161 notches, a little more than 5 months.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
If you look closely at the notches, you'll see that often every 7th one is longer than the others and topped with a cross shape. Is he keeping track of the weeks passing?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Were there more notches where the stick is broken off? We don't know. And Drown's family didn't know what became of him. They never received any information about how he got stranded on the island. So much time had passed. What happened to him? When they came to see this stick, maybe it provided some comfort to them to be able to see the last thing James made with his hands, a sense of his physical presence. He inscribed the stick to clearly identify himself.
James Drown, born A.D. 1777.
So to his family from Providence, the stick might have seemed like their son James's message to them, a farewell. It was all a mystery. Only one thing seemed certain. He was never coming home. Nearly a decade passed. Then, James Drown came back to Providence. His family was shocked. He was alive? Why didn't he write to tell them that he was picked up by a passing ship? Where was he all that time? We don't know. There are no reliable records. So, in a way, this is a storytelling stick. And like all good stories, there are parts for our imagination to fill in. The certainty of uncertainty, of memory, and of our vulnerability when we go out onto the oceans.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.